As the season wrapped up, here's some tips going into the travel ball and AAU season. Number one, you need to self-evaluate the things that you did well and the things that you need to work on in this offseason. Say that you're really good with your shooting, you just need to touch up on a few things, but you really struggle with your left hand driving to the basket. Really devise those things so you can actually work on that. Number two, you need to create a 1 to 2 minute highlight tape of this past season. This is going to be very crucial. Say that you start getting interest over the summer when you're playing your travel ball. If colleges start asking about film, you already have it accessible for them, so it's a lot easier for them to find you. Number three, you really need to devise a plan of how you're going to develop your game over the summer. Is that 2 to 3 days of skill training? Maybe that's some small-sided games like 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3 type of things. How many days a week are you going to get some strength and conditioning work? How are you going to pair that with your skills training on those certain days? And then how many times are you actually going to get some open runs of unstructured 5-on-5? Because that's very important for you to develop those skills that you have in your skills training over to the actual game. Number four, talking about the actual AAU season, you have to carefully pick out what AAU team you're going to be on. You need to list out the events that they're going to be participating on. Are they going to be on the circuit? Is this team even sponsored? What's the price tag that some of these teams are asking? Who are the coaches on this team, and who are they actually developed? Did they luck up and get a really good player on their team that they didn't necessarily develop? And then how much playing time are you actually going to get on this team? You really have to think about development over clout. Just because you're on a good team, but you're not getting enough reps, that doesn't mean you're going to develop in the offseason. What you really need to be doing is thinking about, maybe I need to possibly play on a lesser team, get a lot of playing time, because if I have a lot of time to grow my game, that might be a great time for me to actually develop into this killer rather than just thinking that I'm just going to be another role player on the team. And number five, understand that all exposure is not always great. Are you ready to display your skills at that level for college coaches to really evaluate your game? Some of you guys don't necessarily want college coaches to see your game at the moment. You're not necessarily where you should be for college coaches to have interest in you. Now, if you're 15, 16 years old and you are at a place where you have your game at a certain level where you do want to display it, then all means, I'm never against that. Some of you guys might need to use the offseason just to develop your game. Some of you guys are physically not ready for the competition at that level. When you guys go on the circuit, it is a dog-eat-dog world. So if you're not necessarily ready to compete against the best of the best, that might not be the best time for you to actually do that. Think about, there might be only one opportunity for this one college coach to see you. Do you want that opportunity for you to be underdeveloped, not necessarily ready, and mentally not confident enough in your game for you to actually compete at that level? You might need to use that offseason, like I said, to develop your game all summer. So the time when you come back around that next year, you are fully ready to display every single skill that these college coaches would be interested in.